Well, it started with soccer, of all things. So I was taking my sketchbook to the practices, trying to watch my son, but also sketching some. And Mike Drew was the only other person, well, I knew a couple other people, but I felt like I knew him better than the other people there. And so we would sit next to each other. I was at work like maybe the next day or a couple of days later. Mike Drew was walking through and I said, Mike, you know what we need? We should have a big mural for this, the COVID vaccine is here. It'd be a great way to kind of celebrate the end of COVID. And that's how it started.
I think it's another poignant part of our culture, and the work that we provide in our community isn't just what we do at the bedside for the 12 hours where we're that patient today, but it's the things that we do in our community, and I think Jason's talents are reflective of that. He came up with this wonderful idea of the 3 panels and designed all of the layout and the artwork and began the process a couple months ago.
It was important to me to imply hope. And it was important that I show that life is beautiful despite the trouble we go through. It's important to me to keep in mind that there's joy in the world despite the struggles we have. I already had some of the pictures in my mind. Some of the pictures that are on the mural are things I've carried with me for a long time. It was just a matter of, the little adjustments here and there. A few of the images came from people at work. Someone else said, oh, I really wanted to be in the mural too, so I got to figure out a way to do it. I started to feel like this mural is going to look like a yearbook. So people were sending me pictures from a year and more ago, and some of those are great. The one I really like, everyone standing together, praying in the mural. As far as the mural goes, it is left to right. Far to the left is like despair, far to the right is joy. Part of the mural too is what is man that we should be mindful of. Why do we care about each other? And that was very important when my wife had COVID. She was in the hospital and I was at home and we weren't allowed to visit. We were at that 0 visitor policy at that time. And you don't know how much you care about someone until you can't see them. I hope they see it and they don't see so much me as they see that message of hope is huge, joy, beauty, positive, feeling good about the future. First thing I heard today that kind of made me laugh, when the movers showed up, the very first thing they said was, that looks taller than 8 feet. So it's big. When I planned it, when we talked about this before, the thought was, I hope it helps somebody. I hope someone finds hope in it. Maybe someone will feel better about the situation. Maybe it'll help in the future when they deal with other problems. This is the first time where I've seen all 3 panels next to each other. Because it's 24 feet long, I couldn't put it panel to panel to panel and see the length of it. So seeing it this way, all together, with good lighting, because the garage is dark, seeing it with good lighting, I can see the colors match, and it's I can see everything's lit at the same time. It's just nice to be able to see the whole thing.
Decades from now, when I come by walking here, I'll say, oh, I knew those people and I worked with them, and the artist too. I knew him and worked with him, and he was a great nurse to start with and then became this great artist. And this will be a good remembrance of this whole COVID pandemic that we've gone through together. Jason, you did a great job. It does. And I can tell who everybody is. He painted them so well. It's like, oh yeah, there's Ashley, there's Melissa, Jody. So yeah, I know he worked really hard on it, and it came out great.
This is the first time I've seen this mural, and I am blown away. When I first saw the mural, just the massiveness of it and everything, it just brings tears to your eyes. You see everything that everybody's been through these past couple of years and the teamwork. I'm speechless to say what kind of an artist you are and how you can evoke people's feelings just with your talent.
Jason was actually my preceptor at one point when I was a brand new baby nurse. So I've gotten to know him well, and I really enjoyed working with him. He's always a point of reference for me to go to for anything. He's a brilliant nurse and obviously very talented with his mural you can see here. And the fact that he put me in it like up there by myself is just amazing to me, because I think it's important to document something like this. Obviously it's a big historical moment, and the fact that Parkview handled it so well, and it represents that we're still fighting it, and it's a good reminder as you walk through here that we're never going to forget the hard times when we were in it knee deep, and we still are in it, so I love it.
These are our co-workers and tell a little bit about the culture that each one of us has given to our community. It makes me feel proud. I think it makes me feel wonderful, but also makes me sad because these 3 panels are reflective of a journey that we've been on for the last 2.5 years. And I hope people pause and are proud, but also reflect on the loss that we have seen in our communities. And this is a memorial to those we've lost, but it's also a dedication to those we've served and who have done the serving.
Whether it's the darkest part here, whether they identify with the cure, or whether they are starting to identify with the return to normal, in that what we hope for. Seeing this, maybe they could identify it, maybe they could draw some strength from it, maybe they would achieve some happiness from it. Just always joy, hope, love.